A very good morning, class. Today we are here to discuss about the capital and its features. What is a capital and what are its features? Firstly, out of the four factors of production, we have already studied the first two, that is land and labor. Today we are beginning with the third factor, that is capital. So how is the capital important for our organization? What achievements can be made by the organization if the capital is invested at the right place? And what is the differences between the capital and the related terms? See, capital in a general sense, we tend to understand the money part. Only the money part. If money is invested, that is the capital. Okay, in Hindi we call it as punji. It's an accounting word wherein we tend to understand only the monetary part or the money part. Wherever money is involved, that is the capital. But here the story is different. In economics, the word capital means, all durable goods which are used for further production of goods and services. All durable goods which are used for further production of goods and services are called capital. Means every durable goods. Durable goods are those goods which have long lasting life. Okay, the lifespan of those goods are larger, so those goods are called as durable goods. So by capital we means all durable goods which are used for the further production of goods and services. The continuity should not stop. It is not that the moment the investment is made, the job is over. The job does not get over unless and until further production is done. So capital includes, so what is capital? It is by capital we means, by capital we means all durable goods which are used for further production of goods and services. So durable goods means, I told you, which have a long lasting of life, that is called durable goods. Okay. Now, capital includes the durable goods like machines, land, human beings. All these have a long lasting of life. Means this can be used for multiple times. A labor can be used for multiple times for the production of goods and services. A land can be used for different number of times for the production of goods and services. A machine can be used for different number of times for the production of goods and services. It's not a one-time task. It's not a one-time work. At one time we take the work and the job is over. No, it has to respond in a multiple times. So that is why it is termed as durable goods. That is why the capital is termed as durable goods. Means which has a long-lasting life. Now, coming to the features of capital. Before that we come to the features of the capital, there are some differences which you need to understand. One more important factor about capital is a passive factor of production. Now, what is meant by passive factor of production? When I began with the chapter, I told you that land and capital are the two passive factors of production. That means these two things cannot produce anything by itself. A human effort, a human labor has to be employed to take the best out of these two. Land and capital are considered to be passive factor of production because they cannot produce anything by itself. Okay. Now, the first difference that you need to understand between wealth and capital. What is wealth and what is capital? How is it different from capital? Example is, when you own a house, if you own a land, if you are an owner of a land, suppose you have a land in Naklaskegan and you are an owner of it. The moment you are an owner, that means you are owning a wealth now. Okay. Now, suppose on that particular land only, if you think of starting a business or if you plan to start a business and you start a business, okay, the moment that land gets a commercialized value or that is used for the professional purpose, that becomes a capital. Till the time it was used for the self-consumption, it was used by the individual, it was referred as wealth. Now, since it is used for the commercial values or commercial purpose, that is what is capital. The moment anything gains a commercial respect, commercial values, they are a capital. Means they can be used multiple times. They can be used in order to attain the goals of the firm. They can be used for the production of goods and services. So that is why it is a capital. Second thing you need to understand the difference between money and capital. I told you a layman considers both are the same, money and capital. See, money in general means anything which helps out you to exchange goods and services. When you exchange a good and services, that is money. But in economics here, money is used for the purchase of capital goods. Money is used for the purchase of capital goods, with the help of which we are going to start a production. We are going to produce the goods in n number of times, different times. That is money. And the third is capital and income. You have to differentiate between capital and income. What is capital? What is income? Or how is capital different from income? See, capital is means and its end is income. Capital is a means and its end is income. For example, if you start a business, the moment you start a business, that is, you are investing your capital in it. If I plan to start a business in an ABC company, the moment I invest my money, that becomes a capital for me, which I have invested capital. And by the end of the month, if I calculate my total earnings, total profit, that profit is my income. So that is the difference between capital and income. Now, quickly coming to the characteristics of or the features of capital. The first it says capital is man-made. It is not a free gift of nature. It is not given by someone, but it is a man's creation. How has man created? In the past, whatever labor he has done, he has saved it or he has borrowed it from the bank, relatives or different sources. That is why capital is man-made. Second is capital is durable. Capital is durable means the life of the capital is much larger than the other values. Okay, if you purchase a machinery, it is not necessary that same machinery can be used for the same year only, but it can be used for n number of years. The third is capital is a passive factor of production. The reason I told you, because it cannot produce anything by itself. Man has to be employed. Next is capital is a mobile factor. Capital is the most mobile factor because in terms of other factors of production, if we have to shift them from one place to other place, it is a bit of challenging task, it is a bit difficult. But in case of capital, it is the most suitable means or it is the most suitable method through which we can transfer from one place to the other place. That is why it is considered to be a mobile factor. Now next is supply of capital is elastic. Elastic means flexible. You must have seen the rubber. Rubber has got the flexibility. So the capital over here is even flexible. Means we can increase or decrease as per the requirement. We don't need to take some bigger knowledge in this, but as per the scale of production, as per the requirement of the organization, we can increase or decrease. Next is capital is subject to depreciation. This is an important aspect. Capital is subject to depreciation. Now, subject to depreciation here means depreciation is again an accounting word. It means fall in the value of assets with time. With time, the technologies become obsolete. With time, the values of the things fall. Whatever was the value of rupees 100 10 years ago is not the same today. That means there has been a depreciation in the values. Now, prior to the invention of laptop, we had been working with the desktop computers. So those desktop computers have now become outdated. That means the values of the computers have gone down. That is depreciation. And the last point is capital is the result of the past savings. It's not a one-day work. It's not that overnight that we have developed, we have generated the capital. The formation of capital takes a good amount of time. So capital is the result of past savings. Whatever past labor we have done, whatever past efforts we have made, accordingly we have generated the capital, and that is what the collective amount has come today in the form of capital. Okay. So with this class I put an end over here. In the next class we shall discuss about the types of capital and the importance. Thank you.